All right, Bladesmiths, on your anvils is the cloth. Go ahead and lift that up. That is a pristine piece of 5160 steel, and I'm sure you're thinking, man, I can make a hell of a signature blade out of that. However, that's not what we're doing today. Instead, you'll be forging friction folders.
Really? Why a folder? It's a moving knife. I mean, the more moving parts in something, the more parts that can go wrong.
The blade parameters are as follows. The length of the blade, not including the tang, must be between 8 and 10 inches in length. And you will have 3 hours to forge your blades. Good luck, Bladesmiths. Your 10-minute design window starts now.
90% of the time, I don't even draw a knife. I'll just get a dream or something, and I'll just make it. In this competition, I need to draw this thing out to make sure I don't make any mistakes. I decided my design's gonna be a clip point. I don't know exactly what abuse they're gonna put on that blade, and they don't really usually snap.
Bladesmiths, your design period is over. Your 3-hour forging time starts now. These guys got to be focused on the specs. Otherwise, those friction folders aren't going to fold.
You got to plan ahead of time what you're going to do. I can't do it on the fly. The area of the ricasso is so much more important now. Placement of your pin for the pivot, and then your tail for that tang. It's going to lock everything together when you hold it.
After I get my tang stretched way out, I'm trying to think what's going to set me apart from all these other guys in here.
Jacob's put a decorative twist.
Well, how good of a strategy is it to put that decorative twist?
It's not bad if he still grinds it flat, so it still fits in the slot in his handle.
As long as it doesn't create a nice spot to chew the heck out of your palm.
Yeah. I'm grinding this knife out, and I'm like, wait a second, this thing long enough?
If I were him, I'd try to draw another inch or so out of that blade for ricasso.
And I realized this blade is like right on the dot of 8 inches. I can't work with that because I don't have any freedom to do anything with it, really. Like, I did drawing it out a little bit more. It has to be within the parameters. And if it's not, I'm gone.
Woo. Bladesmiths, you have just 60 minutes remaining.
Bingo, baby. Yeah, that's good.
Jacob did draw that blade out some more.
Without a ricasso.
There's a little bit of a ricasso there.
I'm trying to figure out exactly where I need to drill my hole at. I look next to me at Fuad's blade, and his blade's like, wow. Mine's looking pretty good, but I can't make any mistakes. Nice and slow, just to make sure I got it right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, shut down your machines. This round is over.
I'm feeling pretty good about my blade. I got it finished. I look over all the guys, and now I'm second-guessing myself because mine's the shortest blade, but it's within the parameters. They shouldn't have any complaints.
Bladesmiths, it's time for the judges to take a closer look at your work. Greg, you're up first.
I was a little bit worried in the heat treat. This thing was glowing, and you even picked up some of that dragon scaling where the skin kind of burnt on this blade. Hopefully, you've nailed that heat treat, and you didn't quench it too hot, making it brittle.
All right, Kyle.
The biggest problem I see is when you look down the edge, kind of a corkscrew to it. And that's a difficult warp to fix.
All right, Jacob.
Extra points for putting the twist, because it's going to make it look good. But remember, the tang is the area where you're going to hold on to it. So be careful on how this will feel in the hand if you move forward.
I like the fact that you've got it very, very straight, but you're only going to have a 1/4 inch of material in front of that pin, making an incredibly weak spot.
Well, Bladesmiths, the judges have made their final decision. It's time for one of you to leave the forge. The bladesmith leaving the forge is Kyle.
Kyle, I love the profile of that blade, having that sweep coming up. But if you look down the length of that blade right now, you'll see that blade goes down 3 different directions, looking on the spine side. If you turn it over and look at the edge, you've got a severe twist going off to one side. It's going to be almost impossible to fix that twist, so that's why we're letting you go.
Thank you.